As journalists, we work hard to make our stories about you and keep our personal feelings out of them. But once in a while, the news we cover hits close to home, and that is the case for reporter Madera Spab. You might remember that she's from Butte, and her dad Paul was the chief executive there, and she was a reporter for us before moving on to another television market. 2 weeks ago, she lost her grandmother to COVID-19. Madera is sharing her story tonight in the hopes anyone is not taking this pandemic seriously might think again.
And I never thought this was going to happen to me. My Grandma Flo was someone so special to me. Her maiden name was actually Medeiros, and so for me to have that name was such a unique and special bond.
Hi Medeiros, this is Grandma Flo.
The moment that I found out that my grandma had gotten coronavirus, I had just wrapped up for the day on a story about hospital capacity. I truly knew that my grandma was not gonna make it. For almost 4 months, I had been covering stories about what this virus does to the elderly and to those with pre-existing conditions. And that was my grandma. I felt an urge that I needed to go to Montana. I picked up everything and started driving. In those moments, all you think about is, I hope she doesn't feel alone.
And I love you.
I asked if anybody could be with her, and they said 2 people can be with her at the very end, but you cannot have been exposed to COVID in 30 days. I put on a full suit over my clothes. I put on gloves, and then she said, here's the infamous N95 mask. And I go, wow, I've done so many stories about this, and now here I am.
Oh, now it's just you and me.
Once she took her final breath, I just sat there with her. She wanted me to have her wedding ring. And so every day going forward, this is what I'm gonna wear. But the hardest thing with all of this is knowing that on July 14th, my favorite person, the strongest person that I knew, was a statistic on the news.
This is Grandma Flo. Love you. Bye-bye.
This virus is real. What we decide to do in our lives each day will affect everything.
The family does not know how she contracted COVID-19. And by the way, Grandma Flo, as she was known, was born in Fresno in 1931. She grew up in the Valley and then moved to Montana after she got married. She lived most of her life in Dillon and passed away at St. Patrick's Hospital in Missoula.